Hello, this is Bishop Andy Luter, and I'd like to welcome you to Community Profiles. Community Profiles is a local effort to bring you, our audience, in contact with those persons and personalities who have a high impact upon the quality of life in our community. Today, our very special guest is Legislator DuWayne Gregory. He serves here on Long Island in the Suffolk County Legislature. He is our local representative, and we are happy and delighted to welcome him to our program.
Thank you, Bishop
Thank you,
Luter.
Legislator, for being with us today and sharing with us. In light of the time and how limited the time is, I want to take advantage of every moment that we have available. And so I want to provide you an opportunity to kind of reintroduce yourself to our audience, to those individuals who may not know who you are, but in terms of your roots and where you grew up and how you got to where you are. Let's talk about that for a few minutes.
Okay, well, I'm a product of Long Island. I grew up here in Suffolk County, actually Islip Town. Graduated from Central Islip High School, and then I went to college in North Carolina at North Carolina Wesleyan College. And after college, I came back here, back to Long Island, and then I enlisted in the military in 1993. So I served and got an honorable discharge back in 1998. And then at that point, I really wanted to get involved in government. And so, I was already working, volunteering on different campaigns and things like that. But in 2000, I got my first real opportunity to work with local government.
Okay.
So I started working for the town of Babylon under Supervisor Rich Schaefer.
Okay.
I was his special assistant, and I was in charge of what's called his Office of Citizen Services.
Okay.
So we dealt with a wide array of issues dealing with constituents all throughout the town of Babylon. Then once he left and Supervisor Steve Ballone came on board, I was Steve Ballone's Deputy Commissioner of Department of Public Works. I was in charge of the Buildings and Grounds Division. So I would work with a lot of different community groups, and we maintained the parks. So we did a lot of different things to help beautify our playgrounds for our residents. And then I was promoted to Commissioner, General Services.
Okay.
And I oversaw all the procurement for the town of Babylon, maintenance of the buildings. And then after that, I went to work for Suffolk Off-Track Betting.
Okay.
I was the Associate Director for Corporate Services there. And then in July of 2007, I went to work for the former legislator of the 15th District, Ellie Mistel, as his Chief of Staff.
Okay.
Yeah. And
now, when we talk about the 15th Legislative District, what are the boundaries? What does that cover?
Okay, on the south side, it's Amityville Village, Copeg. We have North Amityville, East Farmingdale, goes up to part of North Lindenhurst, part of North Babylon. I have 2 blocks in West Babylon, but Wyandanch and Wheatley Heights. Those are the boundaries. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're not terribly old, but you have some longevity and some experience, and certainly the variety of jobs that you've held has given you, I'm sure, a unique perspective of our locale and Long Island. Since you have been here and over the years of your working on Long Island and growing up here on Long Island, what are some of the major changes that you have observed?
Well, I see, particularly in this district, there's, with Maxine Post as a former legislator, some of the issues, there are some changes, but there's still some things that are the same.
Okay.
Unfortunately, unemployment has increased, and that's something that we never like to see. Access to health care has improved, but more people are out of jobs now, so they have less health care. Immigration has been definitely a big change. It's changed the demographics of the community significantly. I think access to government has improved, so that's a positive change.
Okay.
And there's an issue as we've talked about in the past about foreclosures and affordable housing for people, and that's something that we would want to turn around. But there's some positive, but there's some negative changes that have happened, and I hope that in my position I can help influence more change, more positive change, and that we can address these issues.
Okay. Now, in 2007, You went to work for the former legislator,
Right.
Ellie Mistel.
Right.
And in that capacity, what all did you do? What did you see? What were your experiences in that capacity?
Well, as his chief of staff, I was responsible for running his office. Everything from constituent services to policies, everything. I was the right-hand man, if you will, and that's an interesting perspective because you get to, you're behind the scenes, but you get access to what's going on and what government is really about, and some of the things that are not so publicized,
Okay.
For the general public. So you have that background knowledge that is crucial sometimes to understanding certain issues and the history behind certain issues and where we are today and why we're here today. So I think that's a unique perspective, and it's been a benefit for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother Gregory, now, you've had the rare opportunity to kind of work on both sides of the street.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a variety of jobs
Mm-hmm.
in town government.
Mm-hmm.
You're currently involved in county-wide legislation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see as the major difference between the two? Because I'm not sure that people always recognize the multiple municipalities
Right.
that operate and impact the quality of life here on Long Island.
Right. I enjoyed working for the town. I really did. I got a lot of pleasure out of it. And it was really an opportunity for me to interact with different community-based organizations and leaders in the community. But there was something I always felt that was missing. I wanted to get on the policy side of things. And so I felt it was important for me, to fulfill, I guess, my repertoire, if you will, of experience with the policy making side and to get that exposure by working with the legislature. And it's been a blessing. You get to see government in action and why laws are made and how they come about being made. And I think it's important that people understand how our government works. And so it's been a great experience. And
Now, you have rapidly built a reputation as being one of the most visible public officials, I like to say public servants, that we have available to us. At just about every major event, you are present. You're available, you are accessible, local parades, Amityville Day, church events, all kind of community events. How important is it to you to maintain a rapport and a relationship with the communities that you serve?
Right, to me, that's my number one job.
Okay.
I'm the people's representative. I'm not just the guy who resides at an office, that writes laws and things like that. It's important to me that people have access to me and to my office. We've instituted having hours on the weekends in our local libraries and on the evenings because I understand that it's, we live in a working class district. And people are working, and so we don't, a lot of times they don't have the opportunity to come to the office or call the office during working hours. So we try to make ourselves more accessible to them. So I like to think of myself as a people person, and the government should be there to serve people. And in order to do that, we have to be accessible to people. So I go to the different events so people can have access to me and talk to me, and I can hear their concerns, and we can address the issues that matter most to them.
Okay. Listen, if you wouldn't mind holding that point, I want to kind of come back and return and talk about local government. I want to talk about county government and some of the uniqueness of county government. Listen, this is Bishop Andy C. Luter, and I'm having a rather dynamic conversation and discussion with County Legislator DuWayne Gregory of the 15th Legislative District here in Suffolk County. This is Community Profiles. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.